Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for being here and enduring a long day, Mr. Zuckerberg. I want to start with what I hope can be a quick round of questions, just so I make sure I understand your previous testimony. Specifically with regard to the process by which Cambridge Analytica was able to purchase Facebook users' data. So it was an app developer, Alexander Kogan. He collected data via a personality quiz. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And he thereby is able to gain access of not only the people who took the quiz, but their network. Is that correct, too?
Senator, yes. The terms of the platform at the time allowed for people to share their information and some basic information about their friends as well. And we've since changed that. As of 2014, now that's not possible.
And so in total, about 87 million Facebook users. You earlier testified about the two types of ways you gain data. One is what is voluntarily shared by Facebook members and users, and the other is in order to, I think you said, improve your advertising experience, whatever that exactly means, the data that Facebook collects in order to customize or focus on that. Was Alexander Kogan able to get both of those sets of data, or just what was voluntarily entered by the user?
Yes, that's a good question. It was just a subset of what was entered by the person. And
so a subset of the 95 categories of data that you keep? Yes.
When you sign into an app, the app developer has to say, here are the types of data from you that I'm asking for, including public information like your name and profile, the pages you follow, other interests on your profile, that kind of content.
Okay.
The app developer has to disclose that up front, and you agree to it.
Okay. So in answer to a couple of other senators' questions, specifically Senator Fisher, you talked about Facebook storing this data, and I think you just talked about the data being in the system. I wonder if outside of the way in which Alexander Kogan was able to access this data, whether could Facebook be vulnerable to a data breach or hack? Why or why not?
Well, there are many kinds of security threats that a company like ours faces, including people trying to break into our security systems.
Okay. And if you believe that you had been hacked, do you believe you would have the duty to inform those who were impacted?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know whether Alexander Kogan sold any of the data he collected with anyone other than Cambridge Analytica?
Senator, yes, we do. He sold it to a couple of other firms.
Can you identify them?
Yes, there's one called Unoya, and there may have been a couple of others as well, and I can follow up with you.
Can you furnish that to me after? Thank
Yes.
you. I appreciate that. And then how much do you know, or have you tried to find out how Cambridge Analytica used the data while they had it before you believe they deleted it?
Since we just heard that they didn't delete it about a month ago, we've kicked off an internal investigation to see if they used that data in any of their ads, for example. That investigation is still underway, and we can come back to you with the results of that once we have that.
Okay. I want to switch to my home state of Wisconsin. According to press reports, my home state of Wisconsin was a major target of Russian-bought ads on Facebook in the 2016 election. These divisive ads, touching on a number of very polarizing issues, were designed to interfere with our election. We've also learned that Russian actors using another platform, Twitter, similarly targeted Wisconsin with divisive content aimed at sowing division and dissent, including in the wake of a police-involved shooting in Milwaukee's Sherman Park neighborhood in August of 2016. Now, I find some encouragement in the steps you've outlined today to provide greater transparency regarding political ads. I do want to get further information on how you can be confident that you have excluded entities based outside of the United States.
We will follow up on that.
And then I think on that topic, if you require disclosure of a political ads sponsor, what sort of transparency will you be able to provide with regard to people who weren't the subject of that ad seeing its content?
Senator, you'll be able to go to any page and see all of the ads that that page has run. So if someone is running a political campaign, for example, and they're targeting one district with one ad and another district with another, historically, it's been hard to track that down, but now it'll be very easy. You'll just be able to look at all of the ads that they've run, the targeting associated with each to see what they're saying to different folks, and in some cases, how much they're spending on the ads, and all of the relevant information. This is an area where I think more transparency will really help discourse overall and root out foreign interference in elections.
Thank you, Senator Baldwin. Senator Johnson.